Well, it's been 23 years since singer Sophie B. Hawkins made it acceptable to sing "Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover" at the top of our lungs.
Well, these days, the 51-year-old singer is still touring and making music, all while juggling a young family.
She is the sound of the 90s. Sophie B. Hawkins' rise to the top was fast, with her 1992 debut album smashing the charts thanks to this iconic tune.
I had a dream I was your hero. Damn, I wish I was your lover.
The song hit the top 10 in Australia and earned Hawkins a Grammy nomination for Best New Artist.
I didn't barely even have to promote it. I suddenly was shoved in front of all these TV cameras and all this press and tours, and I had never been on TV. I had never been in front of a camera. I had never even had anybody take pictures of me.
A woman of many talents, Hawkins has lent a musical hand where it's needed, from helping save the environment to collaborating with Broadway star Christian Chenoweth. And in 2008, she even lent her voice to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign.
Damn, wish you were president.
Last year, aged 50, Sophie made more headlines after welcoming her second child using an embryo she had frozen 20 years ago.
I had spoken to a fertility doctor and she said, "You're old," and I said, "That's the point. My son has an old mother. Why can't I give him somebody young to be his family for the rest of his life?"
Oh, and we'll get to those thoughts. Sophie B. Hawkins joins us now live from New York. Good morning, Sophie.
Good morning, how are you?
Great. 20 years since Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover and that Grammy nomination. We've just seen the Grammys. Do you sit back and watch the Grammys now and go, wow, if I was nominated now, it's a whole different ball game? Would you be up for that, do you think?
Of course. Actually, I'm coming out with a new album and I love my new songs as much as I love my older songs and the ones in between. But you want to know something?
What?
When I saw the pictures of my children just now, you just did a wonderful piece on me. Thank you so much. The part that made me cry of what you showed was my children. I love them so much, and even though I am so happy to promote my music, I'm so happy about coming to Australia with a new album and getting an Australian record deal, all that. The thing that really rocks my boat is my kids.
Okay, so last year you welcomed your baby girl Esther. How's your son Dash?
Yeah.
Because we said in the piece, we heard you say in the piece that you wanted to have a sibling for Dash. How's he going?
Yes. He's actually doing really well. You know, he read to her last night, he was hugging her, but he also says, you know, sometimes "shut up, Esther," and the usual stuff. He's wonderful. You know, they would love him in Australia because he's a real man's man. He's funny, he's adventurous, but he's also takes himself lightly and he's kind. He's doing really well with her.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's really interesting as a woman to hear your thoughts, Sophie, about the freezing of the eggs and then wanting to give your son someone young because you think that you're a, quote, older mother. That's really, you obviously put a lot of thought into that.
I did. You know, I froze my embryos when I was 30 years old.
Yeah.
But I have to say, about being an older mother, because I'm sure there's a lot of 51-year-olds watching, I am still the only mother who runs around with Dashiell all weekend playing tag and climbing rocks. So even though I say I'm old in terms of numbers, I actually feel extremely young. But yes, I did want to give Dashiell a young aspect to his family because, you know, family is everything. And that's one thing through my career and, you know, through life I've realized family is the thing that shapes us the most. So I wanted to give him the biggest possibility of anchorage.
What does Dash know about Mum and what Mum was doing 20 years ago? Were you constantly blaring the music out around the house and dancing around together?
Never.
Never?
No, he doesn't. He thinks I'm his mom and that's it. In fact, he thinks I only wrote one song. And when I try to tell him I have hundreds of songs, he says, "You do not." Yeah. I love their perspective. He's very innocent, and Esther's of course, very innocent, but I want to keep his innocence first and foremost.
Well, tell us about your new music, Sophie.
I love the new music. It's, of course, very personal, but it's also very beautiful, and it's powerful, and it's moving forward. I would describe my music right now as something that is so moving forward in life. I've moved through so many stages. I've been in the weepy stage, I've been in the triumphant stage, and now I'm in a stage of such simplicity and growth. And It's poetic and it's rich. I love it. You're gonna love it. There's singles too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we're out of time, but we do have to ask you this, and we expect you've been asked a million times before. Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover. Who inspired that song? Who were you thinking of at the time?
You know, I really can't tell you, but I will say that all the lyrics to my songs, they are like teachers to me. So at the time, I didn't know why I wrote it, but it's come clear to me that the song is probably more autobiographical than anything.
Oh, okay. So no answer on that. And
I
any
tried.
plans? Any plans to support Hillary Clinton again? We saw in the clip you singing the song back in 2008, changing the lyrics. What are you doing to support Hillary?
Wins.
You do?
Yes, I will. I mean, right now, I really have to support my new record coming out, but I will support her at every pass. But I think she will win. I will be very surprised if she doesn't.
All right. Terrific to talk to you this morning. Thank you for taking the time over there in New York to stop by.
You too, and I love Sydney.
All right. Welcome
nice catch
anytime.
up.
You send Dash out to stay with Auntie Kylie.
I've got a couple of boys, Sophie. They'll fit right in.
Thanks, Sophie. Great, lovely to chat.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much.
you.
That's great.
Okay. Coming up for you.
Her music now, I like her too.
Win-win.
It's